and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders, this is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Birdie Studios in Garfield, New Jerusalem. I am Darth Messiah. I am not a wrestling genius, but I play one on the internet. And on the phone, as always, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz.
It's your boy Alex, the motherfucking heel, a.k.a. the Stanley of podcasting, and also known as the man that figure girl that's at the crossface. Have a run to the crossface, because Mr. Man is somewhere around here looking for somebody new to put on his MySpace.
And on the boards, Stevie Franchise, Mr. J. Kidd.
Yo, you already know it's your boy, the franchise in the building, giving you that Ultra Wrestling Heel news. What's going on, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. I got my Bray Wyatt shirt on. You know, it's pretty nice.
You got that at the show the other week?
Yeah.
All right,
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, we were talking about this ridiculous weather we're having.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Wasn't it like 60 degrees on like last Wednesday?
Dude, it was like so nice outside. I don't know why. This is global warming, bro.
And now we've got a fucking snow.
First of all, y'all should be happy y'all got snow. At least New Jersey used to getting all 4 seasons. You know, Las Vegas and LA don't get snow, and now they got snow. How you think them niggas feel?
Hey, better them than me. I don't mind the cold, but I hate the snow.
Yeah,
I know, but just think about it. You live in an area where it's so hot all the time that you don't have the stores don't sell winter clothes, and now you're getting winter.
Jesus. Hey, as I said, better them than me. What up, Valdo?
I don't feel bad.
Man, this is the pull the Glock season.
I'll pull out the Glock.
Definitely pull out the Glock season.
We must go north.
I'll pull out the Glock.
Well, come up north, because right now, I think the only thing on the East Coast is warm is North Carolina, part of South Carolina, and Atlanta. Everything else is just cold.
Yeah,
it is.
But you know what always warms me up? Cheeks of the week.
Cheeks of the week.
And we got a first timer this week.
I swear, our transitions are going to Cheeks of the Week are getting better and better at this point.
Ah, yes. We have a first timer, B-Fab, from Hit Row.
I can do the first part of the group name.
And then Samantha Irvine, Ricochet's girlfriend, the SmackDown ring announcer.
First of all, hold on, I gotta make my screen small. B-Fab, I need her to at least change the color of her braids, and we'll be in there like swimwear. I feel like she's been had them shits since NXT.
Yeah, she's had that for a minute. And the white ones too. She never changes the color, right? I can't recall them being a different color.
Nah, she don't change it. I almost thought that our longest reigning women champion over in AEW was almost the same, but then I realized she changed her shit depending on her mood.
She had that green. She had the green wig for a hot minute. And then she had like a bleach blonde one. And then she went back to the platinum. We got Kelvin. What up, sir? Marv, the producer, in the building.
Hey.
And then we also have Maria Kanellis, and we have Emma, formerly known, still known as her real name that I'm suddenly forgetting because she doesn't use it anymore. She's back to Emma.
No offense.
Tanel Dashwood. There you go.
Yeah.
Emma cheeks look like a little baby pear. I'm sorry. I'm just hungry too.
You know what? I actually like pears over apples. I think that's like an underrated statement, but pears are better than apples. They're so underrated.
What kind of apple?
I don't know.
There's like 50 different kind of apples. So
yeah, and I like pears over all of them. Although I would never eat pear pie. That's just weird. Apple pie is where it's at.
I'm gonna say we don't never call it pear pie. You know, the Rock gave that a name a long time ago. It's called poontang pie.
And while we're talking about apple pie, Popeye's apple pies are very underrated.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. They are. They got the cinnamon like crisp on the shell.
It sounds like we're taking a trip to Popeyes, but actually kind of far from me.
Because ever since they changed the McDonald's pies like 5 years ago, it's the one like the little stringy things on the top. They ain't the same as the last version, which I still think are better than the fried apple pies from the 90s.
I never liked apple pies.
First of all, the apple pies from the 90s was the best apple pies, but they was the ones that was overly thick. You hit it thick, you got hit the C and the K together. It was more like apple.
Damn, son.
Like no homo, you bit into it and that shit in your mouth. That's when it was the best.
You are watching a master at work.
It's like every 10 years to get less and less apple. Next thing you know, we're just gonna have apple flavor and it's gonna be like a cracker. And that's gonna be the apple pie.
Valdor says Emma lacks hips. Well, that's true.
She lacks
hips.
But look, she likes hips, but she got hella cuff though.
Yeah, that's where she does make up for it. She got the cuff. It is now.
That's why them supposed to be looking good.
It is now time for Ultra Fantasy Booking.
Hey.
And we're going to recap last week's pay-per-view from Dragon Force, When Our Shadows Fall. We kicked the night off with a street fight in the tag team division. And the Street Profits lost the street fights to the Dudley Boys, 75 to 25%.
So they lost to the Usos and the Dudley Boys, bro.
Yeah.
Shit. The same week.
Yep.
Same week.
Match 2, it was a cage match in the women's division. Mrs. Money in the Bank, Sasha Banks, defeated Mickie James, 73 to 27%. Next up, we sent Hook and Shelton Benjamin. And we have ourselves a good old-fashioned time limit draw. Shelton would not tap out to Red Rum, and Shelton couldn't hit Pay Dirt. Is he still using that shit? I don't remember if he's using Pay Dirt or not. Next up, the ECW television champion Kazuchika Okada challenged Keith Lee, and winning by 2 votes, Kazuchika Okada retained 52 to 48%. Next up, we had a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Battleground. I gotta go through the podcast.
We had a Falls Count Anywhere match for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, and Wardlow was unsuccessful to the new champion, Kevin Steen.
I knew that was going to happen.
That definitely had to happen.
And in the main event for the WWF Championship, Finn Balor, champion for close to a year. Ever since he invaded from Warzone, he won the title and has not lost it. Challenger Jon Moxley. Hashtag and new champion Jon Moxley, 63 to 37%. And that was When Our Shadows Fall, brought to you by Dragon Force. And now, this week on Warzone, we're going to kick the night off. Our tag team champion challengers, the Usos, will team up with their little brother, the world champion challenger, Solo Sikoa, against the tag team champions, FTR, and the world champion, Darby Allin, in a 6-man tag. And in our women's division, women's champion Bayley will be taking on Indy Hartwell. But some strange things will be happening outside the ring. So we have a couple of stipulations. A, Bayley wins clean. B, Serena Deeb tries to tag Bayley, so she wins by DQ. Or C, Indy Hartwell wins via distraction from Serena Deeb. Next up, Serena Deeb cuts a promo. Why am I never on TV? Why haven't I won a match in well over a year when I am on TV? I want a title shot or I want out. Cornette, do something. So Jim Cornette comes out. You know what, little lady? You got yourself a deal. So at our next pay-per-view, it will be you versus Bayley in a career versus title match. 2 out of 3 falls. Next up, LA Knight taking on Max Caster. Next, the Good Brothers taking on War Machine in a tag team match.
B-A-R-S, ballers.
And in our main event, MLW Openweight Champion AJ Styles will take on Malachi Black, representing the House of Black. And that is Warzone. They're still talking about the pies in the comments. Kelvin said the pies from the 90s were thick like the Kid of Lions.
Them pies in the 90s came out around the same time of being thick, like Juvenile's Back That Ass Up. And that was the reason I feel like Live was so a good song.
So tonight, being that it's the final day of Black History Month, although Black History is all the time, but the as the white people call Black History Month, we're going to take a little acknowledgement through the years of Black history in wrestling, starting with the greatest Black wrestler of all time, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
I'm glad you said it that way, and I feel it. I feel it might be true. Dr. Umar going to text you soon, bro.
I know that.
Stop it.
I've had this picture of him with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King saved for like a year. I found it like last year in like June. I've been waiting for this day.
Dr. Umar going to be calling you, my brother.
And the one with Cody and the Kofi, I saw that one yesterday.
You are watching a master at work.
But seriously, one of the early notable Black history moments in wrestling, Ron Simmons winning the WCW championship in, what was that, 1992, I believe? My math.
92 or 91, one or two.
Yeah, he defeated, was it Vader? He defeated Vader. Yeah. And, he went on, eventually he left WCW, he joined WWF and brought us the Nation of Domination, which we know to have gave us The Rock. You know, one of the biggest stars of all time, who is the son of Rocky Johnson, who was an early Black tag team champion with his tag team partner, Tony Atlas of Soul Patrol. Let's see. The Rock went on to, what is he, an 8-time world champion?
Yeah.
8-time world champion.
Including the one in 2011.
Yeah. 5, 6 WrestleMania main events, something like that.
8-time world champion, 5 WrestleMania events, 3 of them main eventing, Intercontinental champion,
yep.
2-time, I was thinking 2-time tag team champion.
Yeah, there was the one with Foley and the one with, who was the other one? Was it?
It's not Hogan. It was
no. Edge was Hogan. The other one was a weird parent. Was it the one with Austin? Was him and Austin? No, it was Austin and Triple H. I'm thinking 2-man power trip.
I think he became tag team twice. I think he had tag team with Mick, and I think he became tag team with somebody that was random as shit.
Or was it twice with Foley? Was it just? I think it was one with regular Mick Foley and one with Mankind.
It has to be with Foley, wasn't it?
I don't. Well, kind of unimportant. But he won his initial world championship at Survivor Series 98, which didn't feature a Survivor Series match that year. Mm-hmm. They had Deadly Games, which was basically a title tournament for the vacant world title at the time.
Wait, wasn't that the one where him, Triple H, Mick Foley, and Jericho, when the Ultimate Men's had one of them in each corner?
No, that was the WrestleMania the following year.
Oh yeah, I forgot who was in his corner.
Yeah, he had Linda in his corner, and then he had Vince in his corner. Linda was in Foley's corner. Undertaker had Shane, and
Stephanie
had and Triple H. There you go.
Yeah. I think that was right.
Yeah.
I wasn't like that. That was a good time.
Yeah.
It was.
Booker T, also a very notable person in Black wrestling history. He was the final champion of WCW when they shut down. Went on to be a five-time world champion. Well, actually 6, but he doesn't count the last one because it was under WWF.
It just stuck with 5 times.
Yeah, he stuck with 5 times.
It stuck.
Also a multi-time world tag team champion with his brother in Harlem Heat. WCW champion. He was a television champion. He was the last one to hold the belt, right? And that's when it disappeared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the last one.
Kelvin said Cody the black history activist.
We gotta give him that one.
Mabel gets overlooked.
Look, I'm about to say, look, when you speak about Black history, if Cody named it to cover the conversation, I don't want to hear it.
Facts. Mabel gets overlooked in Black. He was the first Black King of the Ring.
Yes.
Yeah. He didn't do much else in his career, but he was the first Black King of the Ring, which then we eventually got King Booker. But yeah.
You gotta say King Booker, right? You gotta hit the King.
Booker. Pardon me for not saying it correctly. But yeah, King Mabel, first Black King of the Ring.
Hey, look, I'm just gonna throw this fact out there. We can't let Booker T go without everybody knowing he was G.I. Bro. I'm just gonna say it. I hate it as much as I do.
Yep, G.I. Bro. Yep. In modern times, over the last 5 years, we've had 3 Black WWE champions. The Rock was the first in 1998. And then we went almost 20 years without another Black champion. And then we had Kofi Kingston, obviously Kofi Mania, coming to a head in WrestleMania 35, which was, I believe, 2018. And then over the next 2 years, we've had Bobby Lashley and Big E all be WWE World Champions. And obviously, the New Day in general, just one of the greatest Black factions of all time. At the time, they were the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions before the Usos beat it last year and are still setting the record now. But yeah, you've had 2 world champions come out of this group, and you've had one of the best tag team champions teams ever in WWE being the New Day. Period.
The only faction to have a tag team run with every tag team belt that's been active in one company.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And on the AEW side, Scorpio Sky is Mr. He's Mr. Black superhero. He was the first tag team champion on the inaugural tag team champion when SCU beat, I believe they beat the Young Bucks at the first All Out. And then he was the first Black singles champion. He won the TNT championship from Sammy Guevara sometime last year, early last year. It was like April or something. It was before it was on Dynamite because it was before he ended up defending at Double or Nothing and then lost it at Double or Nothing. But yeah, he's also the winner of the inaugural Face of the Revolution ladder match. So he's been the first Black person to do 3 things in AEW.
Oh yeah, he also was the first Black person in AEW to turn their title belt and give it a color.
Yep.
Lakers all day, every day, baby.
Wait, no, didn't Rusev do it first? Didn't he have the custom belt first? Or was Rusev after?
Remember, I'm about to say, no, remember, because they had the belt. They had the belt where it was just plain, and then they put it on the strap they wanted to. That was the red one. Yeah. And they retired it with
Brody.
What do you call it, Brody? They made it black just to be normal, but then when he got it, he made it yellow, and then as soon as he lost it, they put it back to being black. There's never been another color by any wrestler they got to choose. It's always been Tony Khan picking the color.
I thought Miro had a custom one when he was champion. I thought he had a Bulgarian colored one.
Nah, he had a Bulgarian one. They probably a shell one, but he never had a Bulgarian color one.
I don't think I remembered anything.
Oh, yes, Kelvin. Ahmed Johnson, the first black intercontinental champion. Yeah.
D'Lo Brown, our world's best European champion.
Sorry, they call him the Eurocontinental champion because remember he had the European and Intercontinental at the same time?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He had both belts like it was like the thing to
belt,
do.
right?
Yeah. Oh, a Bobby Lashley one I missed. Bobby Lashley was the first black ECW champion.
Oh, that is true.
That
yeah, he
is
was.
true.
I mean, it was under the WWE version of ECW, but under the Heyman
don't
run,
talk
there
about
were
that.
no black champions. So,
Yeah. But we don't talk about the WWE ECW version.
yeah. And then Ezekiel Jackson was the final ECW champion.
You know what's crazy? Y'all talking about that? I was just watching One Night Stand, the full paper, 2006.
The good one.
Yeah,
The good one.
exactly. The one where Cena and RVD.
If Cena wins, we riot.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was looking at. Yo, they actually sped this guy's shirt and threw it back.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that in the game.
On the women's side, Jacqueline was the first ever black women's champion, dating back to that the original WWE women's champion has a lineage that goes back into the 50s with the Fabulous Moolah. She won the title after the famous incident with Medusa / Alundra Blaze, where she dumped the title in the garbage when she went to WCW. WWE didn't have a women's title for about 2 years or whatever it was, and then Jacqueline was the first woman when they reinstated the title. And then Awesome Kong, or known as, I believe she called it in WWE Karma, she was there for a whole 3 months, and then she got pregnant. The first TNA black women's champion. And currently,
You're right. She was the only first one, but I still count ODB as one.
she's the black Cody Rhodes. So she's the female Cody Rhodes. And currently, we have 4 black women's champions. We have Jade Cargill, we have Athena, Mercedes Moné, and Bianca Belair, all holding gold at the same time.
Who would have thought we'd go into 2023 with the women title and these big companies all being African American?
Yep. Oh, yes, Kelvin. Jacqueline was also the first black cruiserweight champion. She was the second woman, but the first black cruiserweight champion. Because there were no male black cruiserweight champions until some nameless guy I always forget.
Wait, wasn't Jacqueline also the hardcore champion too for a short period?
Yeah, but there were black people before her. I believe the first one was what? I forgot who it was.
Yeah, there were black people before, but she was the first black woman to ever hold it. Because there's really never been any other black woman that held it.
True.
Yeah. I think they killed it before Jazz was around, right?
Yeah, and then Jazz became our women's champion. That was our original first version of Beth Phoenix before Beth Phoenix.
Yeah. And that is some of the bigger moments in black wrestling history.
I'm actually proud of where we're at right now.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Although they're about to destroy Bobby Lashley with this Bray Wyatt feud, but
I'm not sure.
You know.
But that
do you really think so? Because the Umas and Brock thing, I feel like it's just going to destroy Umas.
Not that he was ever that important to begin with, but
yeah,
I know, but still.
But that segment was hilarious. He literally spit white lightning.
It was probably water, but okay.
It was water, but still, just the imagination of it.
And he promised no suplexes, so he F5'd them.
Yeah, true.
Bro, I'm telling you now, just to see Brock, I'm excited. I got goosebumps. I'll take your match. I was like, first of all, I'm terrified. He just accepted this shit legit more than he gonna have a match with him.
Kelvin said, Too Cold Scorpio was the first black ECW TV champion. In the original ECW.
Too Cold Scorpio is the only black man that's in his late 50s.
Still doing moonsault leg drops.
Still out here doing it like Ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he calls that the Houston hangover. It's a moonsault leg drop. That shit is crazy. He also does what he calls the moon stomp. It's the coup de grace with a moonsault.
Yo.
You know how crazy? It's in 2K. The moves are in 2K. I always pick them because they just look so crazy.
I can't wait for the next 2K next month.
The moon stomp and the Houston hangover. And again, like Alex, he's in his fucking late 50s still doing this shit on indie shows. On those hard-ass indie mat rings.
Dude, his hip probably gonna go out soon, you know? Shit, bro, doing those moonsaults.
Last night on Raw, we had the return of Trish Stratus to help Lita and Becky Lynch win the Women's Tag Team Championships. Kind of lackluster.
Yeah, because it's like you knew this was coming. Because whatever Lita does, Trish follows, right? Or whatever Trish does, Lita follows.
Yeah. But them titties were sitting right, though.
I'm going to tell you right now, whoever got that photo got the good angle.
Yeah, them titties were sitting right.
How many kids she got? 2?
I believe so, yeah.
We can work on a 3rd. You know, I'm just saying.
This guy.
This is just such a, like last week when Lita came out to help Becky, that was just such a random occurrence because I don't even think they had it like in a backstage interaction beforehand. It's just, oh, here's Lita to help Becky because Becky needs help. Becky has somebody to help her. And now this week, oh, here's Trish to help them because they have nobody to help them.
True.
You got to establish a relationship before the run-in happens, but whatever.
Did you see that Bailey was wearing like the old school
Jeff
Lita,
Hardy?
like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, she had the old school Hardy gear on.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that till like halfway through the match. I was like, oh wait, she's dressed as a Hardy's from like 2001.
I was like, that's Jeff's pants. That's Jeff's shoes. What the heck? That's Jeff's fishnet freaking shirt.
Oh, see how we're talking about Jeff. Can we just be appreciated that he got acquitted for all the DUIs?
We'll get to that. We'll get to
We'll
that.
get to that. Yeah,
We'll get to that. We got a
my
nice
boy. My boy.
We got a nice little little slide for that. We'll get to that.
Yeah. I was wondering.
But also on SmackDown this past week, Jimmy came out to have a heart-to-heart with the crowd and tell everybody how he's feeling about Jey not answering his calls. And what happens? Sami Zayn jumps the barricade again out of nowhere in his black hoodie.
In his black hoodie, yo. He comes in black hoodies every time, trying to surprise everybody.
And it was a very similar conversation that he had, was it last week with Cody and the week before with Heyman? So
what are they doing with Sami, bro?
I kind of like them sliding into the ring like this because, you know, this makes Sami seems like at this point now I ain't got shit to lose and I'm going balls to the wall. But I need him to go ahead. You know, Sami want to be as black as he trying to be. I'm going to need him to get a Nike Tech. Stop playing the game.
Facts.
I'm going to need this in the game, though. I need Sami Zayn always to come in with a black hoodie. Just through the crowd.
Oh, I'm sorry. You think I ain't customizing him to be that way when he comes to the game?
Yo, send it to me, bro.
And if you remember last week on Raw, Sami, after losing to Roman Reigns, wanted to take down the Bloodline together and Kevin Owens told him to fuck off because you don't realize what you've been doing and you still ain't got it. You still don't get the picture. So seems like everybody's splintered off. We've got Roman and Solo here. Jimmy's like kind of there, but kind of not because Roman's telling him, you better get your brother. But Jay's not showing up, so Jay's in his corner. Sami's on his side. Kevin Owens on his side. And somehow, and then Cody's just like in the middle of everybody. So
everything's all over the place.
And I love it because you've got all of these different
combustible elements here.
What's that movie called? Fuck, I forgot what the movie was called.
It look like Raw 92.
You've got multiple perceptions of the same situation, and it's beautiful. because this is the best long-term booking in a long, long time.
Starting to look like early or late 90s, man, like late 90 booking.
I'm about to say, come on now, you know what our best long-term booking was Aleister Black taking that eye over to a whole other place and still carrying that shit on.
To this day, he's still wearing the eye makeup on the eye, and he wears the white contact lens so he doesn't have a pupil.
I'm telling you, bro, man, best storytelling booking. You know, it ain't like how when Ray lost his eyeball outside his mask, and then the motherfucker showed up a week later with the eyeball back intact.
Yeah. No, he had an eye patch for like a month, and then he just suddenly had an eye again.
He regrew it. He grew it back.
You know what I realized about Rey Mysterio? Rey Mysterio had got his head crushed, smashed against a ring post on a thing. He'd have been thrown off a building, and this man comes back every other week.
I forgot he fucking died. Baron Corbin killed 2 people at that. Didn't he throw over Malachi Black in the same match?
Yeah, he threw Malachi Black over. Malachi Black just fell over the edge like it was a rope. But when he threw Ray did a front semi out that bitch.
So the 2 people that were supposed to die came back and then lost an eye. The fuck is wrong with wrestling?
This is like another episode of South Park where Kenny dies and just nothing happens the next day.
Right, it's Vince's vision, and by Vince's vision, you gotta lose an eyeball.
Yeah, since you can't have the Kiss My Ass Club anymore, you gotta lose an eyeball.
I feel like he could. I feel like he could have the Kiss My Ass Club, but he just got to do it right. And by do it right, I mean it's got to be like
no paralegals.
LGBT. No, it's got to be LGBTQ. And they'd be like, you know what? You got guys doing it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, he had Pat Patterson kissing his ass. That's LGBTQ plus.
Yeah. But Pat Patterson ain't there. Remember, he also got that bad rap about him, trying to talk to younger guys. So,
Anyway, so 2K ratings are out. Roman Reigns is a 99, the first ever 99.
Bruh, that threw me off when I saw that. I was like, a 90. What?
So that means
going to do that.
That means He's need
God mode for real.
That means you need every weapon available in the game to beat Roman Reigns in a title match.
First of all, I feel like you're right, but at the same time, I feel like you might be wrong because I feel like as long as Undertaker is in a game, he's always going to be the most hardest person to beat. I don't give a fuck what stat they give him. They get that man a overall of 3, and he's going to break out a 64 fucking finishing move.
You know why? Because they give him like 99 kick out. And then his finisher is like 99. So if he gives you a tombstone, that's like 95% of your health in one move.
Yep. And you're gone. You're just gone after
if
that.
If he grabs you and the camera angle change, you just go ahead and start the fight over. So there's no need to even keep playing. You automatically lost. It's over. I've done it many times. Oh, you got beat Undertaker. Like, he's going for the choke. Yeah, SmackDown. You start playing all over again.
Yep.
We're not about to do that.
For the first time ever, the Usos have different ratings, so it is not just a copy and paste between the 2 of them.
Finally.
And it makes sense for the right hand man to be 90 and his brother to be 89.
Yep.
Finally, Ken and Ryu are different. Ken and Ryu are different.
Let's see. Brock Lesnar, I believe, is a 97. Becky Lynch is a 95. Seth Rollins is a 92. Because in an interview, he was talking about he was a little.
Isn't Bayley 97?
I thought Bayley was 92.
That seems too high for Bayley, though. 97?
Yeah, I think Bayley's 92. I know Charlotte's a 94. Ronda's a 92.
I believe Charlotte's a 94. That's pretty high for Charlotte.
Yeah. They did a lot of like inflated ratings this year.
I'm glad because it looks like they're actually on point this year.
Yeah. Logan Paul's 84. Sami Zayn, I believe, is either 83 or 84.
That's fair for Logan Paul, how he's shown.
Yeah. Bobby Lashley 91 or 92, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Cody, same thing. He's like 91, 92.
Yeah, Cody has to be like staying around there. Cody's not God, man.
Yeah.
Cody's not Roman.
Not yet.
Not yet until he gets the title.
Well, first, no, he has to die and he has to get resurrected like Christ, and then he'll be white Jesus.
I always said he was the white hope.
That'll be the first white Jesus that black people acknowledge.
Yeah. He lie. 'Cause I would. And you know me, I'm not even a church going person.
He became the Eminem of the wrestling world.
Eminem and Cody.
Oh man.
Over the weekend, Logan Paul's brother, Jake Paul, had a fight against Tyson Fury's brother, Tommy Fury. What the fuck?
What is going on? Now we're going to get a fight between Logan Paul and Tyson Fury?
Yeah, now we need Logan Paul versus Tyson Fury at Crown Jewel.
Brothers versus
brothers.
So what? He can get knocked out?
I get, but it just at this point you just might as well, if their brothers had a boxing match in Saudi Arabia, because mind you, this fight was on Sunday at 2 p.m. Just like fucking, Crown Jewel is at like 2 p.m. on a Thursday.
Anybody got the result of this?
Logan Paul lost to a split decision. Yeah, it's his first loss in a boxing match. He's now 6-1, and Tommy Fury, I believe, is now 11-0.
Oh, good for Tommy.
But yeah, it was just so fucking. I'm like, hold on. We got Logan Paul's brother and Tyson Fury's brother. They've both worked for WWE and have both wrestled in Saudi Arabia, and now this boxing match is in Saudi Arabia.
Paul and Fury matches.
Yeah.
They're going through. Damn, yo.
And from what I saw, it wasn't even like that exciting of a fight. It was just because Jake Paul's he's a counter puncher. He's not really aggressive. He finds your weakness and attacks it. Mm-hmm. And Fury just kind of was all over the place. He wasn't necessarily aggressive. He was just throwing punches, and there wasn't really anywhere for Jake Paul to attack. So Tommy Fury basically won because he threw more punches. That's basically what ended up happening.
Seems about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems about like boxing.
Yeah, that's true.
In WWE news, there's this ongoing legal scandal with Vince McMahon and paralegals and whatnot and hush money. Now this person, James Kimball, has been released out of his senior vice president of talent operations and strategy job because of an HR violation.
I wonder why.
I wonder why too.
I see Jack like that in a damn photo. Like, goddamn.
He's a former UFC. He's a former UFC Performance Institute. Basically, he was like a trainer in UFC. Mm-hmm. Under WWE, he was involved in the NIL program, the Next in Line. He was highly involved in trying to get like college athletes and yada yada, trying to get them to come to WWE and train at the Performance Center. That was basically his job in NXT in WWE.
So I got a question. What is Sapp of Fightful.com?
Oh, Sean Sapp from Fightful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not as bad as Meltzer.
Oh, okay.
He still only talks about the people that like him, but he's not as bad as Meltzer because he doesn't have a messy room.
Oh,
that we know of.
He's a well organized. So he's a
well-organized
Mark.
I'm about to say that, and also he doesn't beat his meat with Jordan.
So he's a civilized Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he gets the cheeks, so he got the right to talk the shit. Okay. Meltzer doesn't get the cheeks. That's why he talks all the shit.
However, a lot of the wrestling community hates Fightful because they'll give you a headline, but then everything on their website is behind a paywall.
Huh. Sounds about right.
Like, they don't give away anything for free. Like, you've got to sign up for the subscription. Whereas, like, with Meltzer and the Observer, a lot of the basic information is, like, just readily available on the website. But if you want, like, an in-depth story, then you got to get the subscription to get the good shit.
Yeah.
But apparently Fightful, it's just, here's a headline. You click on it, paywall, sign up.
You want to know what's going on? Pay me.
Or you could be like me. You go to Twitter when they post something on there about Fightful, you go to Twitter and there's somebody under the comments. Normally the first comment goes, "This is what the thing was about."
Bingo. Yes.
It up in one sentence.
Yep.
Of course. That's how you got to do that.
That's how you got to do that. Yep.
Yes. Of course.
No. Not all heroes wear capes, but the ones that do are on Twitter.
Yes, they are. And Tony Khan needs to get off of Twitter because he declared there was a big announcement last week.
This mark.
And then after saying there's a announcement so big I can't even do it myself, he brings Adam Cole on screen. And the announcement is TBS ordered a new unscripted series called AEW All Access. Basically, you're just following people around backstage.
So is it like the vlogs that all the wrestlers are doing, but just AEW's doing it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's not a big announcement.
That's not.
It's called Being the Elite. You already have one.
You already have it. That's literally what it is.
But that's just about the elite. So now it's about everybody.
Now it's on television.
And now it's on television.
There you go.
And can it get worse ratings than Rampage at this point? Because Rampage is Rampage is damn near Impact at this point.
I feel like you dropped the ball on this one.
Well, he is the mark of the year, right?
Yes.
And according to the Wrestling Observer,
century, ages, anything.
And according to the Wrestling Observer, which is run by Dave Meltzer, Tony Khan is now the 3-time Booker of the Year. Into the nuts, Clyde.
Yeah. I got you. Let's see.
Booker of the Year for 3 years in a row, Tony Khan.
Can we appreciate that one real wrestler finally said what we've been saying, but out loud, and that's Ric Flair saying he loves AEW, but Tony Khan need to hire somebody to run it and not him.
I think a lot of people have been saying that since the beginning, and
a lot of people have been saying it from the beginning, but a lot of people also don't really give a fuck about AEW.
But you have to realize Tony Khan wants to play with his live action figures, so he's going to run it until Daddy cuts off the funding. This
is the damnedest thing I've ever seen.
I'm mad you put that picture of Meltzer up there.
Dude, Messiah knows why. That's why he's laughing right now. This is one mark calling another mark the Booker of the Year, the best Booker of the Year.
What a mark calling a mark a mark.
A mark, literally, exactly. Literally calling him a mark.
Now, here's the thing. Okay, if you notice on the bottom half, they also said Forbidden Door was the best major show of the year, AEW is the best promotion of the year, and Dynamite is the best TV show of the year. On the Wrestling Observer website, Meltzer posted an article where basically he kind of said the fans got it wrong this year. AEW was not the best promotion. It's WWE. Because if you go from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, WWE trended up, AEW trended down. And a lot of AEW's trending down is their own doing. The behind-the-scenes stuff, the poor booking over the course of the year where everything was disjointed, and when things did change, there wasn't really a plan in place to change it on TV. It's just, hey,
like, here's your match.
Yeah, here's your match.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Meltzer a bit of a reprieve today because he did take the time to say, I think the fans got it wrong. He said it very nicely. He didn't just be like, oh, yeah, y'all fucked up. He did it very standoffishly.
I like how you're going to be nice. I'm going to be a dick and say, fuck Meltzer and fuck Tony Khan. Until somebody can tell me otherwise.
Jon Moxley won the Bruiser Brody Memorial Award for Best Brawler. He also was the United States/Canada MVP, and he also won the Luz Thez Ric Flair Award for Wrestler of the Year.
Hey.
MJF was the most charismatic of the year. Bryan Danielson won the Bryan Danielson Award for Best Technical Wrestler. Because they named it after him when he retired from WWE. They named it after then.
Well.
And now he's back wrestling.
Well, knowing that a wrestler won his own reward, it truly put a smile on my face.
And the Acclaimed won Most Improved, which I agree on. They were.
Yes.
That was a big upgrade for them.
That was a good push that night. That was a good push, even though it was late.
Here,
late push.
a couple other notable awards. Best box office draw, Roman Reigns. Feud of the year, FTR versus Mark and Jay Briscoe. Best flying wrestler, El Hijo de Vikino. Most overrated, Ronda Rousey. Most rated, Takeshita. Rookie of the year, Braun Breaker. Best non-wrestler, Paul Heyman. Best television announcer, Kevin Kelly. Worst television announcer, Corey Graves, which I disagree with.
I disagree with that.
He's probably the most tolerable of all the WWE people.
I don't know. I don't like that bitch nigga from NXT to now. So that sounds about right in my book.
Best wrestling maneuver, Will Ospreay's Hidden Blade.
Yes.
Worst television show,
Yes.
Raw. Worst? Yeah, it says worst show of the year is Raw. Worst.
Is this the performance era? Like this the performance center era? Because that's why I can say yeah.
Worst match of the year, Vince versus Pat McAfee at WrestleMania. I agree with that.
God,
Yeah, facts.
Or the Ric Flair's final match. That shit was a train wreck too.
Yeah.
Worst feud of the year, Miz versus Dexter Lumis. I agree with that.
Kick me. Do it.
Worst promotion of the year. We all know what it was. WWE.
WWE.
Because it's all AEW fans voting. So we said Book of the Year, Tony Khan. Promoter of the Year, Tony Khan. Best gimmick, Sami Zayn. And
that's real life.
That is a real life.
And finally, worst gimmick of the year, Maximum Male Models.
Yes. God fucking yes.
Just kill it. Just nuke it.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? The black dude is in that. The black dude is in that group. I feel like he did better in what do you call it?
Sanity?
Rebellion.
Yeah.
Than he do in this group.
So this week, Ring of Honor is relaunching on Honor Club. The main event is going to be Claudio versus AR Fox for the Ring of Honor World Title. It's going to be every Thursday at 7 p.m. I believe they're taping once a month. They taped 2 weeks ago. It was I believe it was Friday night, Saturday that they taped, and they're doing it at Universal Studios where Impact used to be. Yeah, so it's kind of got an NXT vibe, the way the arena's set up, and yeah, hopefully things should be looking up for AEW. I'm sorry, Ring of Honor now that they have a full-time TV show.
It looks like a good venue.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
Yeah, because they have a much bigger budget than TNA.
Yeah.
So at least they can set up that sound stage to look like something.
Yeah.
Whereas with TNA, it was just, okay, here's the stage, and here's the ring, and then it's just an empty sound stage around it.
Yeah, thanks to Tony the Mark Khan.
Yeah. Let's see. Other matches will include Lady Frost versus Willow Nightingale. We have the Embassy versus Joe Keys, Rex Lawless, and LSG. It's supposed to be Zack Sabre Jr. I forgot who has a match against. I did not save that one. But yeah, definitely Zack Sabre Jr. will be in action also on the Thursday night's debut episode of Ring of Honor on the Honor Club under the Tony Khan administration. And as we mentioned a few minutes ago, and now we'll get into detail, Jeff Hardy has been acquitted on his drunk driving charges from a couple years ago.
Yo, wait, I just looked down and saw the background behind him. That's funny and fucked up at the same time.
We gotta run with it. The Road Rager. Jeff Hardy submitted a written plea of no contest to all charges. The plea of no contest is when someone agrees to accept punishment while not accepting or denying responsibility for whatever the charge is against them. Hardy's driver's license will be suspended for 10 years. He will pay $4,586 in fines and court fees, have 2 years with an interlock device, and a 90-day vehicle impoundment. So here's the thing that makes no sense. If his license is suspended for 10 years, why do you need the interlock device on a car? if he's not supposed to be driving in the first place? Or is this after he gets his license back, he's still got to give 2 more years with the fucking thing on his car?
I think that's
I think it's after.
He also has to go
I
to.
think that's what it is.
He also has to go to a court-mandated DUI school or drug rehab program, which he was already doing when he left AEW. But okay, and do community service, which is pretty typical for things like that, rehab and community service. But Jeff is apparently back on the road to. Honestly, I don't want to see him back wrestling again. Maybe have a farewell match in AEW, take some time off. Re-sign with WWE, have your farewell match there, and off into the ether.
True.
Yes, Calvin, thank you. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Blake Christian.
Blake Christian?
Yeah, Blake Christian.
That name sounds like something you would see in 2K as a default name for a creative wrestler.
Oh, no, I was thinking like just some random person in the story mode.
That would be funny.
You know, like Paragon. Paragon's been in the game for like the last 3 years.
Bro, I find it so weird that they put him in the game when you were from, 21 to what's that? To 2K22?
Yeah.
No, 20 to 2K22. And he was older, and he goes, look at you, still wrestling. Bitch, first of all, how did you age? I'm confused. How the fuck did you age, but my character is still the same?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
And one of our favorite people on the internet, the Iron Sheik.
Hey.
He has laid down a challenge. Cocaine Bear, you are a big-time jabroni. If you fuck with me, I swear to Jesus, I will break your fucking neck.
Jesus!
I want to see this. I want to see Iron Sheik wrestle a bear. Tony Khan, somebody,
Paul,
get a fucking working bear.
Tony, Paul, anybody.
Get a working bear.
Get a working bear.
Get Iron Sheik out of wherever he lives in Detroit.
Make sure the bear is on cocaine. Let's do this.
Iron Sheik versus Cocaine Bear. Book that shit.
Let's go.
This would be match of the century.
Oh my God, what have we done?
Oh,
what have we done?
What we've done is we monitor the Sheik's Twitter account. That's what we've done. And obviously he watched Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, he did. Whew, he wants to break that cocaine bear's freaking neck.
And there's an argument going around on the internet about several different animals on several different types of drugs. What about a cocaine bear versus a meth silverback gorilla?
Oh,
I'm taking the silverback gorilla because the gorilla has thumbs, so it can choke the bear.
Hey, look, no, you don't put that silverback on meth. You put that motherfucker on acid and let him trip off. He's gonna rip whatever's in front of him apart. You understand me? And in his mind, he's gonna think it's just a banana.
Yo, that's so funny.
And then,
now that we said this and we spoke into the atmosphere, before the world ends, I need somebody on the internet to, like, across seas, preferably somewhere where Peter can't get you. Do this. Please do.
Oh, like, so this needs to happen in like Vietnam or some shit. Hong Kong.
Somewhere around there. Man.
And this has been another insane episode of...
This has been.
Insane episode of the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast. I'm Darth Messiah. You, sir.
Alex the motherfucking Hill.
Good night, J Kid.
Good night to all a good night.
Peace.
Peace.